Prime Minister Lee also weighed in on what he saw as constructive politics. He said policies are in place to create a better Singapore, but the key is in getting the politics right.
Madam Speaker,
Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong wasted no time taking aim at opposition MP Thia Khiang's earlier speech in Parliament, where he had addressed constructive politics. Mr. Lee said politics cannot be about politics alone because lives and futures are at stake. Politics, he said, is about what leaders stand for, what they believe in, and what they want to achieve.
So I found it striking that when Mr. Thia Khiang spoke on Monday on behalf of the opposition, responding to the President's address, setting out the government's agenda and program for the second half of the term, he had nothing to say about the substance of the government's program. No critiques, no suggestions, no alternatives. Nothing.
Constructive politics, he said, can help Singapore scale new heights. The wrong politics, he added, will doom the country.
So when Mr. Thia Khiang said, and I quote, "To me, in whatever way politics is described and coloured, it is still politics." That was a breathtakingly cynical view of politics.
And just what is constructive politics to the Prime Minister? He listed 5 points. Developing effective policies for Singaporeans, putting forward good people to lead, having a robust and open debate where proposals are scrutinized, maintaining high standards of integrity and honesty, and rallying people together around a common cause. Mr. Lee said scrutiny must go beyond policies to personalities too, and it's honesty and integrity that has set Singapore apart from other countries. As far as rallying citizens is concerned, Mr. Lee acknowledged it's more of a challenge now as society becomes more diverse and interests less aligned.
If we end up with factional politics, each group pushing for its own single issue, it could be race, language, or religion, which is disastrous. We could have NIMBY groups forming. You can have green agenda, anti-development. You could have those for gay rights, those against gay rights. There's no end to the ways in which you can divide up our society in pursuit of political advantage, and then our politics will have failed Singapore.
Mr. Lee said the ruling People's Action Party has tried its best to practice constructive politics. For example, offering serious policies and debating trade-offs even when issues are sensitive, admitting wrongdoing and putting them right, as well as engaging Singaporeans in a shared future. And he said opposition parties too must uphold the same standards.
Constructive politics depends on what we as political leaders do, how we act, the decisions we make, the standards we hold ourselves to. Yes, values, cultures, institutions all count. But do not blame them for your own decisions and choices. You are responsible for them. Have the courage and the honesty to take responsibility for what you say and what you do.
Observers said it's significant that the President's address this time touched on the issue of constructive politics. It reflects how leaders here are trying to navigate this new landscape with an electorate that's more diverse, more demanding, and clearly wants to have a greater say in the way policies are shaped for this country. After the break, we'll have more on the exchange between Prime Minister Lee and opposition leader Thia Khiang.